Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com. Today I'm going to discuss the condominium building 1450 Washington Street in Hoboken. And 1450 Washington Street is located at 1450 Washington. It's on Washington Street between 15th and 14th. And it was built in 2010 by Toll Brothers. I will show you on a map where it's located. So here we have Hoboken on the left, Manhattan is on the right. The building is located in the northeast corner of Hoboken. It is part of a series of buildings that were developed by Toll Brothers, along with Harborside Lofts. Hudson T building was the original building that they purchased and converted to condo, and then they developed subsequently the lots that were in front of the building, which include the parking deck, 1450 Washington, 1400 Hudson, and 1425 Hudson. If I zoom in on 1450 Washington Street, the building is made up of two main components. You have a 12-story tower, which is on the north side, and you have a 6-story structure, which is along Washington Street, and part of it runs along Bloomfield Street. The lobby to the building is on 15th Street. So you enter on 15th Street. It's a 24-hour concierge and also the elevator bank is there. The gym is over here on the first floor. It's on the corner. And also common area, you have a common area roof terrace here where there's barbecue pits over here, lounge area. On top of the building up here, you have private roof terraces. So some owners in the building were able to purchase, when the building was developed, from the developer, private rooftop terraces. And they do become available from time to time where an owner in the building, in the association, can purchase one. But if you didn't want to purchase one of those, you do have the option to use the common area space over here in the building. As I mentioned, the gym's on the first floor. There's also a small common courtyard area here. There's a children's playroom as well. Now, this building, 1450 Washington, is part of an association that is made up of 3 buildings. And the association is 1500 Garden Street, which is the Harborside Lofts, as I mentioned, 1450 Washington, and 1400 Hudson. All 3 of these buildings are part of the same condominium association. And because of that, a resident of 1450 Washington is able to use, for example, the pool in 1400 Hudson Street, as well as the residence lounge, which is located in 1400 Hudson, and the fitness center. So they're all interchangeable. So residents can go back and forth. More than likely, though, residents are not going to use the gyms in these other buildings. What they may use in 1400 Hudson is going to be the pool. And the pool is really the one, and the lounge that's located at 1400 Hudson. So as a resident of 1450 Washington, you do have the option to use the amenities in these other buildings. The building also provides a shuttle to the path, which runs peak morning and peak evening rush hour. So that would be around 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday, and around 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday to Friday only. And that picks up here in front, and that shuttle also services the other buildings that are part of this condominium association. If you have a car, there's no on-site parking in the building. The main parking deck is here, which is just to the west by 1 block, and this parking garage services most of these buildings in this area. And if the unit does not come with a parking license, where an owner was able to purchase a license to park here when the building was built, you can rent parking on a monthly basis. The parking in this garage is not deeded. So when I mention license, it's basically a long-term lease to allow you to rent parking there for a period of like 100 years. And that's because there's a land lease associated with this garage. The land is owned by different, I believe the city of Hoboken might own the land, and or Toll Brothers owns the land, but the garage is owned by the licensees. But it's not a deeded ownership. So if you don't want that license, you could always rent parking here on a monthly basis from the operator of the garage. From a commuting perspective, you have the ferry over here on 14th Street. So it's only a few blocks to the ferry to take you across the Hudson River to 39th Street. And you also have the bus that runs along 14th Street that could take you down Park Avenue and to the Lincoln Tunnel. So from a commuting perspective, besides the ferry and the bus, you also have the shuttle that takes you down to the path side. So it's a pretty convenient building. Also in the neighborhood, You have lots of restaurants and shops here along Washington and 14th Street. So it is a very popular building in the area. On my website, livingonthehudson.com, I do profile the building where you can see what's currently for sale, what is sold, as well as a photo gallery, facts about the building, and you could see what is currently available for sale, for rent. Also sign up for listing alerts when things become available. If you're an owner in the building, you could also request a market analysis for the value of your property, and I'll be happy to provide that to you. If you have any questions about 1450 Washington Street, the building is made up of studio, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom, and a handful of 3-bedroom units. I believe there's only 5 3-bedrooms in the building. But if you have any questions about 1450 Washington, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or 347-448-3766. I will link this page down below for your review. Have a great day.